Hello, my name is Desmond Dolitrum. I'm actually a Pacific Islander from the Marshall Islands. I actually joined the Pacific Islander Collective because it really gave me an avenue to be heard and to feel that sense of equal dignity that oftentimes we don't feel as Pacific Islanders because we are marginalized and lumped into a category that kind of further marginalizes our very existence. So I believe that the Pacific Islander Collective serves a really great purpose in giving you that extra voice and that extra layer of protection in having your voice heard when the when your old school probably doesn't at times. Like even for me, it is nice to have a safe space within my own community, especially people who share the same experiences like I do, where we feel like we are not seen, we are not heard in academic contexts that define our existence. It is really sad to have people tell you who you are and what you should do without even knowing you at all. And I believe this Pacific Islander Collective represents a voice that needs to be heard, and it is really, really, really beneficial to anyone who is of Pacific Island descent and wants to be heard and wants to accept themselves just so that they could feel equally dignified, not only within academic context, but as a human being. Like we all deserve the right to be equally dignified. It is a human right. And one of the things I'm really proud of the Pacific Islander Collective, led by the leadership of Michaela, Elena, Lonnie, Matt, Lonnie's girlfriend, and some of Tabitha and her friends, and some of our closest allies within USF, like the staff. They like Elena's mom, like they're really supportive of this because they understand what it feels not to be heard and not to be seen and feel less than your fellow man, whether they be Asian, white, Hispanic, Native American. Sometimes indigenous Pacific Islanders are the last to be seen in academic context, even though we are so visible in other ways, like having our islands bombed like the Marshall Islands, or serving as US military bases like Guam, these and even in Samoa. Like you see the diversity within Pacific experiences having been marginalized not only within academic context but within the role they play in this imperial structure, where in many ways Pacific Islanders are at the bottom of the totem pole or the social hierarchy because we are viewed as less because we have small populations. Yet one must always ask themselves, these people who dauntlessly sail the vastness of the Pacific, which covers one third of the world's surface, well, you gotta give them the credit that they deserve. Like Pacific Islanders literally like dauntlessly sail the vastness of the Pacific, which covers one third of the world's surface at a time when the world was still arguing whether the earth was round or flat. And I really believe that Pacific Islanders really, really need to push for their voice to be heard within academic context to feel that sense of belonging and identity and basically affirming our own existence, that we've always been here, we've always been people, we've always been human beings deserving of existing within our own worlds. So I don't believe there is anything wrong in this group, and if anything, this group will help you guys go through several depressing moments in school where you feel like you don't belong, or even depressing moments where you're literally belittled and told to shut up in a classroom as if you're not there. And I've experienced this even at a master's level, even if I'm an Asian, also part Asian of Japanese descent and also Pacific Islander. It seems like the Masters in Asia Pacific program like didn't cater to my needs, and I really feel like joining the Pacific Island Collective will give an extra layer of protection and that voice that we all desire to be equally dignified. So for anyone who wants to join this group and have questions or even feel like whether they should join or not, I would highly recommend it because it really gave me that safe space to exist as myself, where I did not feel depressed at all because I was around people that understood what I was going through because they shared the same experiences like me.